go put a couple more cards together, huh? Start exercising my motherfucking switch hand again. Big homie, that's what I do, my nigga. I'm back up in this bitch, it's the return of the chicken hawk. 1-0, still rep the hood, nigga, what you thought? In a classic worth more than 100 racks. 520s on this motherfucker in his front and back. Off that red gas, high as an elevator. Couple homies with me that got guns like the Terminator. I'm at the stoplight, I'm recognized, so they tripping. So I threw the dub up, hit the switch, kept on tipping. California dreaming on them Zeniths, fuck the law. Bust a left off of Manchester on the show. People everywhere and riders take a look around, and now it's Broadway with Chevys on the ground, and they talking that shit, I'm laughing. How funny is it? What? I got a Cadillac nigga with Porsche money in it, and all I do is win when it's time to compete. Professionals when I ride, nigga ass tweet. On top of the world, sitting on the throne, king of Chevys, and my lack is a two-door Brougham. Hey, hey, on top of the world, sitting on the throne, king of Chevys, and my lack is a two-door Brougham. Hey.
Welcome to the King of Chevy Presents. I'm Tweet, sitting down with Young Fuzz. Guess who came in to hang out with us? My homie Huntdown.
What up with it?
Pasadena in the house, right?
Fuzz, what's happening, man?
What's happening, man? How was your ride down, man?
Man, I had a good time.
I don't want you to come over here and I'm starting shit off the top. Don't get here on this show being shy, none of that shit. How was the ride down there, man?
It was
Did
hot.
you drive down or did you trailer down? They want to know.
Man, you don't see that car behind me? I don't trailer no cars.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Because I done heard some shit about.
You ain't heard
sometime.
nothing. You ain't heard
I'm
nothing
just telling
about-
you what the motherfucker put out there.
Well,
We
don't-
don't straighten it out as we going on.
We
But somebody
straighten it
trying
out
to say
right now.
some shit like you be on the trailer. I've never seen you on the trailer, but
right.
we gonna find out. You know what I'm saying? But what's that? And how was the ride down?
It was nice.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Had
Lot
the
of
top
traffic.
down or you had the top up?
Man, I usually ride with the top up, but I had it down this time.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, man. We appreciate you
yeah.
coming through, hanging out with us, man. What's going on with Huntdown these days?
Man, taking it one day at a time, man. Low riding. That's
When
what
the
I do.
last time you been outside today?
Sunday.
Sunday. Where would you go? Where you was at?
Well, they had a little shindig down at Brookside in Pasadena. I went down there and showed my face and everything, you know,
You showed your face. Did you show your front end?
all the time.
You,
That's
you-
when I met you. Was I showing my front end?
I don't really recall.
You
know?
recall.
I
You
really-
recall. You recall.
Do
You gotta repaint the picture for
you,
one.
where was we at the time? Because I need
Well-
let me know.
Well, when first time you
Don't
see
get
it was
nervous
on-
now. I
well,
mean,
first
let me know.
time was on Crenshaw
Okay.
when I seen
I
you.
think when I really paid notice, some real attention to you, because when we was on Crenshaw, was I in the 4 or the
You
7?
was in the 4.
You didn't really look at me when I was in the 4 then. Huh?
I did.
That's probably why I didn't see him.
I
y'all.
did.
I
You
was
looked
in
at me. That's
64.
why you turned your head. Hey, you know, I seen a little bit of your podcast with Switchman. He said some real shit because that ain't the first person you did that. He wasn't the only person you did that with, man.
He
What are you
fucking-
talking about?
You looked at that when he said you looked at that light
Hey, he
and he turned his head.
Nah.
He did the same thing with me because when he saw me finishing.
Oh shit!
And so he
going.
now I'm looking who won it.
He looked the
turned
other
his
way.
head. He turned his head like
Oh.
I ain't mess with that cat. You know what I mean?
Y'all
So-
hear this shit? So we locked eyes and you looked at me like possibly like.
And
who won it?
I wasn't with him, huh?
I never locked eyes with you
Oh,
because
that-
I seen the back
most
of your
dudes
head.
don't.
You
Most dudes
had the
don't.
hat. You had the hat on, but you turned your head. I seen the back of your neck.
Oh, I keep it shaved up.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I keep my
yeah.
neck shaved up.
You was fresh.
Yeah.
You had a
I-
fresh cut.
I keep it shaved up pretty good.
Okay.
It's like, you know, because usually when I pull up and I see guys with 61s, I mean, I love seeing all of us out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to my best to ask who car is this. Some dudes walk away from their cars and won't own it. That wasn't you that time, right?
No. The second time you see me was over there at
On
Red
Broadway.
Brick. On Broadway.
That's when I
right.
really-
yeah.
that's when I
right.
realized
yeah, and you was
that
in,
was
and you
Huntdown.
was in the Deuce. I
Yeah.
think you was in the Deuce.
You wasn't
I
nervous,
think.
was you?
That
Because
dude's
when I'm
in-
in the deuce, I'm just saying, I gotta ask the question, because when I'm in the deuce, people be nervous.
Never. If you know me, I'm never.
Oh.
Never scared.
No, not
Never
not,
scared.
not,
It's the same thing. Nervous is a fraction of being scared.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, never.
So, I personally want to know, because I wasn't around, what era was the shit for you? Because everybody speak about the 90s, You was riding in the 80s a little bit too, right?
Nah, I wasn't riding in the 80s. I had Chevys, but I wasn't low riding. I didn't start low riding till the 90s.
Is that right?
I'm a late bloomer, but when I hit the scene, I hit the scene. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna tell you I've been doing this for years.
It don't even
and all
matter.
that stuff,
That
you know what I
nine,
mean?
nine, that's a long time.
Yeah, but I was doing it.
That's what, down there 30 years.
Yeah.
That was 30 years.
What did you bring out when you first came out? What was your first car?
First car that I had cut was a Cadillac, a '79 coupe. And I had it cut.
What color was it?
It was white with trimmed in yellow, with gold. It had the gold on it or whatever. But after that, I got a hardtop '61, and that's when I took flight.
When you say take flight, what you mean? Start driving down the street?
No, took flight. My front
Let
end,
them know what
my
took
front
flight
end stayed
means,
up in the air.
They want to know
it
what
was like
flight.
like
Tell them that. I don't. What does flight mean? I come to talk some shit to you today. What does flight
listen,
mean?
you know what flight mean.
Right.
You know that
They don't know what flight
They
mean.
know what flight. If they looking at this podcast, they know what flight mean, and they go tell you, yeah, he did take flight. So those that's looking at it with him go know what he mean when he said take flight. The nose stayed up in the air.
Single
They
pump?
called me nosy. They called me nosy. Just say they called me nosy, man, because my nose stayed up in there, man.
Single pump or double pump?
Double pump,
Is this car double or single?
double,
Whoa, you ain't playing no fucking
at
game.
all,
So
at all.
Your goal is do some quick knockout.
so what did you? I'm sure a lot of people sent you the clip that Punchy said back in the days.
Man, fuck Punchy. Fuck Punchy.
That's your
Hey.
main man.
Yeah, but fuck him.
You know he
He
building
was
a
just,
phone.
he was just
I'ma
talking
fuck him
shit.
up. Punchy always talk shit. Let me tell you something with Punchy. If you notice on that podcast, he never said he went against me. He was scared. You say nervous, I say scared.
Man,
He was scared.
it's your words.
You know, when I came out with that 61, I had people coming to Pasadena because they heard about that 61. Punchy was one of them. I didn't know Punchy back then. But Punchy, they all came out there. And Punchy tell you the story. He said, when we came out there because we heard about this motherfucker 61. But the neighborhoods, the gangs was you know, it was a little
A lot of
confusion
shit going on.
And they got to shooting at each other. So they had to get out of there, you know. And he'll tell you, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, shit, when they get through with them, they gonna come with us. I'm getting the fuck out of here. But Punchy one of the ones that he come, every time we do something out there, he gonna show up.
Yeah.
He gonna come support and do his thing, you know. But Punchy, I done seen Punchy. We used to hang out. When I first coming out, I was going to McDonald's, you know.
On Crenshaw?
On Crenshaw at McDonald's. And then you had a crew, which was the Crips hang at Burger King, and you had the Bloods hang at McDonald's.
Yeah.
And the Damu Riders was hanging at McDonald's, and I was hanging at McDonald's with them. Every Sunday, you had people, you had different clubs coming into McDonald's to go against the Damu Riders, because we was all fresh out.
Yeah.
And I rode with the Damu Riders, and they was everybody wanted to attack the Damu Riders because it was something.
Like
it was
brand
all
new.
love though.
Yeah,
It was all
yeah.
love. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. It was
yeah.
all love. But they was attacking them from every angle. But when that
Trying
61,
to see what y'all had in
well,
y'all camp.
it was they wanted to beat up on somebody. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And that was the easy pickings without fighting and shooting. We
Yeah,
do it
no.
with our cars, right?
Exactly.
So I come along with that 61
It was a rag or hardtop?
hard top
Hard top. He said it was hard top.
and shut shit down.
What you talking about, 10 inches?
Yeah, about 11.
About 11?
But everybody else was doing about 6. You know what I mean? They were doing about 6. And Punchy came in there one time, and I'm looking at it. He wasn't hopping against me. He was hopping against. I don't think I brought my car at that time, and they got on my head because I didn't bring my car. But I don't know why. But Punchy them came in, and that was the first time I seen. That's the first time I seen weight
Big weight?
in
Yeah.
the car, right?
Yeah.
Punchy weighed about
Oh,
300.
you said weight.
Yeah, heavy.
Like
Heavy weight.
so, like lead weight.
Yeah,
Okay.
like lead weight, right?
Speak on that.
Listen, hold on.
I'm
Now,
listening.
what I mean, it was weight. Punchy had weight in his car, right?
Uh-huh.
But Punchy weight wasn't like everybody else weight. Punchy was, Punchy weighed about, back then he weighed about 300 plus, right? Punchy at the door. But when I tell you it was 3 niggas in the back. They all weigh about 3, 6. But it was probably like 9, maybe 1,000 pounds.
That was his leg.
Man, they pushing on the trunk of the car every time the car go up and down. They pushing on the back. I said, this is how this nigga cheating getting to the bumper, man. Man, when I tell you it was so, and I love my boy to death, Chunky.
Yeah.
Chunky been with Punchy. Chunky been with Punchy since I met him.
Yeah.
Chunky was one of the ones on that motherfucking trunk. You feel me? Chunky was one of the ones. That's my guy. But Chunky was. Man, I'm looking. I said, what the fuck is y'all doing back here? Because everybody else is up in the front.
Yeah.
Man,
Like they were doing some push-ups.
They pushing that motherfucker down. Man, I ain't never seen no shit like that in my life. But I said, okay, that's where his weight at. You know what I mean? But he said some shit about weight. Now I told Punchy like I tell everybody else. With my car, say they couldn't understand why my car jumped.
The hard top.
Yeah, they couldn't. So they said I have weight in the car. Well, I'm gonna let my car up. I'll lock it up. Get on the ground and look up under my car. You find weight, I give you $300. If you don't, give it to me. I told Punchy that too. They wouldn't get on the ground. I gave that to anybody.
Punchy White didn't get on the ground. $300, man.
I helped him get up off the ground. I swear I would help him get up off the ground, but. Punchy, I told you, lay your ass down there. See if you find some weight up under that motherfucker. If you do,
because he said he's a cheater. He's a cheater.
Yeah,
because he said they bought a car for you or some shit.
Never bought a car for me. Punchy ain't never.
Isn't that what he said? They bought a car for him?
Punchy ain't never. That's his. But Punchy lied. Punchy gonna do whatever it takes to make him
fabricating
look good.
stories and shit.
Oh my God! But I ain't gonna keep it on Punchy. This ain't your podcast, Punchy. This ain't yours, man. I'm not gonna keep talking about you. Okay. But when you bring I made you retire. Just put that. He told me out of his own mouth, I don't want low ride no more.
Man, so stop right there, man. You the second person. Chubb said he said that, right? Mm-hmm. He called you too?
No, we face to face.
And he told you he retired?
He said, I'm selling my car. I don't want a low ride no more.
I said, because you was a cold bum.
Because you don't want to.
You don't want to.
Bum. You don't want to.
Much as I love you, was a bum.
You don't want to see me.
You've been making phone calls and private sidebars like you in the court telling people I retired. Man.
He just trying to catch a motherfucker off guard because I know what he doing because I know people. And I heard what you doing, Punchy. I heard what you doing, so stop it. He building something.
What he doing, he's prepping his son right now to take his place.
That's my son. That ain't his son.
Oh, that's your son? Oh, y'all did DNA already?
Yeah, that's my son.
Oh, man, we find out all types of shit on this show. That's what I love about that. Because he said somebody else children with his son.
That's my son.
So who was doing your hydraulics back then? Were you doing your own hydraulics?
Nah, Lobo, rest in peace, was doing all the hydraulics for most of the people in Pasadena. And he didn't cut no corners. He was good. Excuse me.
No, you're good.
He did his thing. You feel me? And Lobo he was way he was before his time, and he was doing some hell of a work. Shout out to Lobo. You know what I mean?
So, do you work on your cars though?
I do.
What you do to your car?
I built that car.
No, I'm just saying, like, you just don't do your hydraulics.
I do my hydraulics too. I told you, I just went to homies to have homies put everything in. But I do all
no,
my
I'm talking
work.
about, he just asked you about Lobo. So
back then, no.
Back then,
No.
Why, you were in advance? You was kind of nervous, or what was it?
No, I just didn't know nothing about it.
So you think you know something now?
I most definitely know
You think you ready for me?
The question is,
Get out of his head, man.
The question
do y'all
is,
think he ready for me?
The question
he
is he ready for me?
Because now he work on his own shit.
I'm not never nervous.
He work on his own shit, so we gonna find out. Look over,
You
know that song, Look Over Your Shoulder?
Is it ready?
Yeah, look.
Because mine is here.
Stay ready.
Mine is here.
Stay ready.
Mine is here.
I don't want
and we're in the same building.
Hey, but if I jump you without a motor, you're gonna say he didn't have no weight in the front.
If you
so
jump, if you jump better than me with no motor in there, then I'm gonna bow down to you because there ain't no weight coming down on that thing. If you get that motherfucker up and it ain't got no motor in it, you good.
You know something.
I do a little bit, a little bit,
You know a little
a
something.
little bit.
So what you think about what's going on? How you think if it even evolved to you from then to now? How you think about the scene right now on the low riding scene? Is it better now or better back in the day?
Me personally, I think it's better back in the days, but it's coming back around. For me, I got out of it and went to motorcycles, and Punchy them will tell you as well. It wasn't. It got boring. You feel me?
Low riding got boring.
Low riding got boring because of the circus cars that they was, and no shade to them. That's what they was doing. That's what they like. That's fine. I just wasn't in it. I had a coupe, a two-door Brougham, and I was going against cats with crazy lockups and stuff like that. And I said, I don't want to do it. My Cadillac was hot, but I couldn't compete with all them. But I was holding my own. You feel me? I was knocking a couple of them off. You know what I mean? Shout out to Pat. But anyway, there's a lot of cats that I couldn't deal with because they started being circus cars, and I was like, I wasn't with it. So
creativity
yeah, so I and then the motorcycle game came and it started doing this thing, it started blossoming. So me and my boy Stay said, let's put a motorcycle club together, and so that's what we did, and we came up with 110 to the end.
Oh, that's what Punch was talking about when he said 110 to the end.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about the end of the freeway.
Excuse me.
We used to call it the end of the freeway, you know what I'm saying?
It is the end of the freeway. That's why we named it 110 to the end. That's Pasadena, man. You know what I mean?
So in this car right here, I mean, I know you probably don't want to expose. How many batteries you got in this car?
I got 14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
The car, what, the front, back, three wheel, all that shit? Or it's just front and back?
It's front, back, three wheel. I don't never use it.
You don't never do the three wheel. You just keep it balanced.
That's right.
Rags, you don't really do that.
Yeah, worry about that nose. And she works too.
What you mean, like go to she got a job?
Yep. Her job is breaking motherfuckers off. Now, the other thing about it is, a lot of cats try to come at me with hard tops and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And the
wait a minute, stop the bullshit.
Wait.
Now stop right there while my train of thought. It don't matter. Listen, man.
Listen to me. Let me finish,
Okay,
and then
I'm gonna
help you bring your thoughts back. But what I said, a lot of cats come to me with hard tops, wanting to hop against me with hard tops. I don't have a problem with that, right? Because a hard top will jump higher in a rag, or it'll withstand more abuse. So I don't have.
Yeah, that second one is right. But that don't mean that I'll jump.
No,
I done spanked many hard tops as my rag, but I beg to differ.
But let me tell you, I'd have two.
Okay.
It's not a problem. But if I do run across one, I'm talking right now.
Okay.
If I do run across one right now that seems to get a little higher than me, a little bit higher than me, I got my little partner. I got my little partner. He rides.
Say hello to my little friend.
Yeah, so say hello to my little friend, and he working right now. And don't get me wrong, my son got something coming out too, and he got a rag.
Oh, your son ride?
He
Is that right?
Yeah.
How's your son?
My son is. Why you ask me that on camera, man?
Because it's a good thing. Because
he 30.
Oh, that's a good shit.
30,
That's good.
30, yeah.
Because my son don't ride. He sent me a picture of old 70.
My son
that's
do
cool,
everything that I did.
That's cool.
He do everything, and I will say he mastered it a little better than his dad. So don't worry about nothing. I got a backbone.
But he ain't Lil Huntdown.
Yes, he is.
He Lil Huntdown
Yes,
too?
he is.
Oh,
yes, he is.
shit.
Yeah. So watch out for
So you
him.
got a little Huntdown and a little Punchy?
So
Yeah. No, baby. He baby hunt down, not Punchy. That's my baby. That's my son.
So speaking of
Call Punchy, he'll tell you. Yep, call Punchy, he'll tell
So
you.
speaking of Huntdown, how you get that name? Was that because you was hunting the motherfucker down, you looking for him? How you get that name?
Man, that's a long story. That ain't got nothing to do with this podcast here. That's
Okay,
a
we
whole
gonna leave it
different.
alone.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I thought cause I remember.
It ain't got nothing to do with the lowrider scene. no.
Okay, because I used to go hunt for motherfuckers myself and see them going down the street and busting you and hunt them down and serve their ass. You know what I'm saying?
Me too,
So
but
that's
on a different.
Oh, girl, I just letting you know that I didn't know if that's how you got it. You know what I'm saying?
How was it? How was it for you lowriding in the '90s? Like,
It was good. Like I said, you know, we from Pasadena, so it was like we had to pretty much prove ourselves a lot. You know what I mean? So we feel that we as Pasadena people, cats, we not stand out, but we don't fit in like people want us to fit in, you know what I mean? So like we should fit in. So we got to prove ourselves, you know what I mean? So it's like when we come out, it's Pasadena against everybody, you know what I mean? Because we coming into a situation to where everybody else already fit in. So we got to make ourselves fit in. So naturally, people don't see us all the time. So when we come in, we gotta be ready.
Make
we
the
gotta,
presence known
We gotta
and all
make
that.
you gotta make our presence known. So that's what we do. Every car, you know, when I came out, I haven't been hitting the switch as long as a lot of people. But when I came on, I mastered it. So I was hitting the switch for everybody from Pasadena, and
so you were like their switch
I
man.
was like their switch man, right? So, but it was a lot of cats that wanted to go against us because it's a new group in town. You know what I mean? So it's like, let's take off on them. You know what I mean? But what they didn't know, that's the wrong.
They
thing
wanted to
do.
be the bully. They're trying to be the bully.
We stopped that, and we stopped that quick, because everything that came out of there was hot. If Lobo touched it, it was hot.
So how many cars were you think you were hopping back in the days for other people? Like,
I was hopping a lot of cars. If you know, I hopped Stacy's 61 against
he had a
Mac
rag,
10.
right?
He had a rag.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And that motherfucker, I used to stand that car straight up like this here
Did y'all win or lose?
all the time.
I'm saying that y'all win
All
or
the
lose
time.
that day.
Okay, now let me tell you this. Now, I know Mac 10 had a 4 back then, but
The cream color.
the cream is colored 4.
You got that 4 from my brother.
But not Mondo. Who
Meme?
was Meme? Meme we used to hop that car, and Meme used to do his thing with that motherfucker. It used to just jump, and I think me and Meme went against each other, and it was probably I'm not giving it to what's going. We're about a tie, but it was up there.
It was a good hop.
It was a real good hop. You know what I mean? Real good hop, and I was hopping with that. But could none of them fade my 61. They used to bring cars. They used to build cars in a week to come hop me on Sunday at McDonald's. One time they told me that I didn't see it, but I heard that they had pulled a car off the flatbed and it broke in half when they got it. That's how much weight they had on it to come get me. You know what I mean?
So who would you say that was giving you or close to you back at that time? Then?
Who was your rivalry, man?
Nobody couldn't fuck with my 61. Only one that gave me problems was Dale Dog from Main Street. He had 6 gates to the face. And one day we came out. We was going up Crenshaw, and all of a sudden a big 4x4, the Jimmy, the Blazers,
Yeah.
pulled in front of me on the wrong side of the street. And I was like, oh, these motherfuckers finna jack me. And I couldn't go, my partner was behind me, and they was in front. I couldn't back up, I couldn't do nothing, but they was 4 deep. You big motherfuckers in this motherfucker. And I was a little cat back then, and they pulled up on the wrong side of the road and got right in front of me.
blocked you in,
Blocked
yeah.
me in. I was done. You right?
You're like, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. But the motherfucker backed up, right? When he backed up, Dale Dog pulled in. I said, okay, I'm good now. I'm good now.
This is my type of party.
Yeah, I locked that ass, and I had a weenie gate on the back. I didn't have no major shit, so my shit
Just only raise up.
my shit took about 4-5 minutes to raise up to get to the lock up. But once I locked that motherfucker up, that face went to work, and he went to work. And when I tell you we was up in the air, when we got through, he laid his ass, I laid mine. I couldn't go nowhere. He backed his car up. He went by me, threw up the deuce, and he kept going. That was a memorable moment.
So that was your most memorable hop, you would say?
Not that in Zeus.
Well,
You remember Zeus?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Zeus,
homie.
Zeus, yeah, rest in peace, Zeus. I went in the, like I said, back then I had my hard top was same color as this. I pulled in Burger King parking lot, nothing but Crips. Hell, I didn't know. You wasn't supposed to pull in that motherfucker. I locked that motherfucker up once again. It took a long time to come up, and they looking. You could see motherfuckers grabbing their waistband and all that shit, cause I come in here. But once I left that, it was like they was cheering, cause it was like I put on a show, and I raised that motherfucker up. And when I left out of there, we went down Crenshaw. When we come back up, we got to Jefferson and Crenshaw. They blocked off the street, so I couldn't go by once again. With people. And Zeus must have had them be watching, because they said if he go down, he got to come back up. So when I got up, they pushed I think it was a foe, green foe, it was a foe, or a tray. Green foe or a tray, I can't remember what it was, but they pushed it out. I guess it wouldn't start. They pushed it out of the parking lot, and we nosed it up right there. Now, mind you, we're in the middle of Jefferson and Crenshaw, but couldn't no cars go that way, couldn't no cars go that way. It was so many people in that right there.
The vicinity.
It was like a block, like a concert, right? We was swinging the shit out the motherfuckers, and the helicopter came. So now it's just the helicopter light is on a group of people, right? So it's bright down there. I broke a ball joint on my car, so I couldn't move, right? But now the police coming. Now I ain't had no license or nothing, you know what I mean? I'm trying to three-wheel home. Now, you know, I live in Pasadena. I'm finna get on this 10 freeway, going up Crenshaw, and I'm going home.
Yeah.
Man, they called my ass right past McDonald's. I passed McDonald's in that little street right there where the
His friends in the 30s or something.
well, it was right there where where that soul food place, that street right there, is a little with the guy.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, but it was they stopped me right there and they took my car. They said, I'm gonna give you a ticket for no license. I'm gonna impound your car. Man, impound my car. I can't get no. I'm trying to get my license back, so I can't. And they impounded my car. But those was the fun that I was having, you know, back then. You know, we used to go to the beach. We used to have fun at the beach, man. We had a lot of fun.
So speaking of the beach, we had Foots on here, and he said he had hopped against you in Santa Monica.
He spanked his ass. Foot spanked his ass. But go ahead, speak on it.
Do you recall that?
I don't recall nobody spanking my ass. Nobody.
Do you recall that hop or?
I mean, I know Foots. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But you know, I was going against everybody every Sunday. So.
So you telling me
you
you
just
ain't
hopped
got
so
no
many
L?
people you don't even.
I didn't say I didn't have no L.
Oh, well, straight that shit out. You gonna get one, but go ahead. Go ahead.
Hey, listen.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you. I'm gonna tell you this right here. I ain't had no L's with my 61. Not with mine. I ain't had no L's with my 61.
So how did you determine whether you won or lost then? Cause
my
was it like today? Everybody at the bumper, or you look at it as some type of imaginary?
My car stayed on the bumper.
How many inches were you doing?
I was doing back then.
My question to you: how would y'all determine who won the damn hop?
Cause back then back then it was on the bumper, and it was and how much that front end go over the next person's front end. Cause we didn't go on side. We stayed like this.
Nose to nose.
Nose to nose. So if I can't see your front end when you get to his peak and I'm at my peak, I got you. The crowd gonna tell you that nigga won.
Cause that's what Foots mentioned. He said it was like a sea of people over here. Your car was red.
Black one, the same color. No. The red one, See, that's not my car. That's State's car.
Oh, so that's probably what
the red. But I'm hopping it though. I'm hopping it. You know what I mean? I'm hopping it. So he went against State's car, and I don't think he beat with that either. I don't.
So speaking of that, you say you hopping it because we was talking about that because a lot of people give Switchman a flack about it, and Chubb was bringing it up.
What was Chubb was bringing up?
Chubb was bringing up about, did you come out here to hop the car or me? How do you feel about people who low riding, who just don't know how to hop their cars, that need a Switchman person like you? How do you feel about that?
Well, I like the excitement. I like to hop cars. So I can't say, you know, if a man should hit their car. Personally, I'm gonna learn how to hit my switch. You know what I mean? If it's your car, you should learn how to hit your switch. But if you can't, you got somebody that can, especially if you're on this team. You know what I mean? If you guys on the team, let him hit it. If he can hit it better, let him go ahead. You know what I mean? But I understand what they're saying because they're old. See, you know, they say slick shit. Like, if you hit your car, let me hit your bitch. You feel me?
What they say? Say it loud, man. I
don't
know.
I was talking to him.
I got a high frequency long.
If you heard what I said?
No,
if you let motherfucker hit your switch, you let motherfucker fuck your bitch. That's what they say.
That's what they were saying?
Yeah, that's what they say. You feel me? It's like, you might as well let motherfucker fuck your bitch.
So you fucked a whole lot of people bitches then. You said, no, them switches.
I don't do that. I don't do that.
We just talking shit, y'all.
I don't
we
do
just
that.
talking shit.
But the thing is like, you know,
you ain't hitting my switch. Don't worry about that. But go ahead.
You might want me to.
I ain't gonna hit my switch.
Here's the thing. A lot of people get shell shocked, right? They can hit their switch, but they get shell shocked when they're around a lot of people. Feel me? I never had.
That's why I'm telling you when you come in.
I never had that problem.
Okay, so do you think he got more than 2 licks in him?
Yeah, he got more than 2 licks in him. He got like 2.5. He got about 2.5. He ain't got 3 yet. He got that 2.5.
He's working his way up.
He's working his way up. But I'm telling you, when he come, if he, that motherfucker ain't like he changed the switch in that, right? My switch broke, man. I'll catch you next week.
Your switch broke?
That's what you gonna say.
Never. I might as well cut my fucking fingers off.
Yeah, I got a knife for you.
I got something sharp. I got a razor.
I got a razor.
You know what I'm saying? Knife gonna hurt me. I like razor just get right off.
I got one for you, man. I got I got what you need. I got what you need, man. You know what I mean? I got what you need. So if you need it, I got it, man. Cause that's what you gonna do. Don't come fucking with me, man.
I'm coming.
You come fuck with me, I'm gonna give you what you came for, man.
I'm gonna come get him.
That's what I tell them all.
He said I glanced at him, but he never looked me in the eye, y'all.
Your head was turned.
But let me ask you something.
Tweet.
So as an old school rider such as yourself, and you are a performer, do you have switch extensions on your, or you use the switch? You got the back?
I got it. I got the back.
Oh, you definitely gonna get an ass from fucking
I got
me.
the back. I can go either way. Listen, let me tell you something.
You know, if you miss a lick and hit and your car bottom out, you know that's a loss, right?
I don't.
Do you know? No, I'm asking. Do you know that, right?
No, I don't know that.
Do you know that's the real rule? That's the real rule.
Let me tell you something. I can, if I hit the switch and bottom out and come back and catch you, then your feelings is hurt. Your feelings should be hurt.
I don't even have no feelings.
Okay, well then, if I come, if you hit the switch on me or I hit the switch on you, and I bottom out for some reason.
You lose. Now you got action that.
That's your rule.
Another.
I ain't never heard that. I ain't never heard that.
That was the 80.
Ain't no 80 rule.
That's real rules.
Well, I didn't bottom out, so I never had that problem.
That's real rules.
I never knew about that because that
you
wasn't
ain't never
my.
Bottom out?
No, that wasn't my.
You ain't never bottom out.
I'm saying against somebody. No.
So let me ask you.
I bottomed out before. This car was bottoming out, and I couldn't understand why.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Let me ask you something, because of course. When you bottoming out and what have you, sometimes dudes mess their oil pans up and chip your paint stuff and all that. Yep. Back then, of course, the paint and body wasn't costing as much as they cost now. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that alone? How? Because a lot of people want you to just do whatever you can to your car, and you know you got dudes ball joints busting, they need new fenders, phones, all that.
Right. How
do you feel about doing that shit for free? because it's nothing but, I like to tell people $500 to put it on the ruler.
Right.
You know, that way make me feel okay if I break something, at least I did it for something. How you feel about that?
Well, you know, it's all, to me, it's fun and games. You know what I mean?
It's fun as games, but it costs money.
But but you going, if you go by because you seem like you stay on the rules from the 80s that wasn't in the 80s. You wasn't hopping for no money in the 80s.
Who wasn't? Man, I hopped every Sunday. You better ask Ruben, Justin, everybody. Hunch hop for the. You say you started in the 90s. You say you came off the porch in the 90s.
Huncho never hopped for no money in the McDonald's.
I don't know why.
I'm telling you, I was there.
We used to hop.
No, we didn't.
Maybe because I wasn't around.
Probably so.
You know what I mean? Because you would have had to hop for some money. Because I knew you, just like you said, Punchy, get up under the car, you got $300, I got $500, man, come on. So I can whoop your ass, so I can go buy everybody some McDonald's or Burger King. Because I was whooping ass. Whether anybody want to remember it or not, they know.
Good thing you didn't run across
So did you ever hear about him, like 80s, 90s, none?
No, they
I met him when he came home.
Yeah,
I don't know if they was hating on him or what. I'm not saying that he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. I just didn't. But when he came home, now I'm hearing all the stories. Don't get me wrong. They got stories about it. That he, you know, but I didn't, you know. When you do
they
your
let
thing,
sleeping dogs lie.
Yeah. But when you doing your thing, you don't hear stuff like that when you on top. You feel me? And I stayed on top. You know what I mean? I stayed on top. Now, like I said, Punchy. Let's go back to Punchy. Punchy was that motherfucker was a switch hitting motherfucker. Don't get it twisted. That little young motherfucker can go.
Did Gangsta ever serve you?
Nah, me and Gangsta used to go against Gucci. He used to go against Gucci and them and all. I don't know. I don't even know if he went against them. But Gangsta had he stayed. Him and Punchy stayed going at it. You know what I mean? They stayed going at it. But I never went against him. By that time, I had a two-door Brougham, and I didn't have my Chevy, my '61 no more. So I was doing that. You know what I mean? So a lot of times they was hopping Chevys and stuff. It wasn't. It was out of my league. You know what I mean? So I was doing that.
Yeah. So you say you never hop Gangsta? Okay.
I never hop Gangsta.
Gangsta's supposed to be coming on the show. A lot of people been asking for him. Got a lot of people been requesting. He got a trade coming.
Yeah, Gangsta got a lot of knowledge on this low ride shit. He said I've been listening to his episodes. He say a lot of real shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got cats out here that been knowing and do a lot and been in a lot. Yeah. He one of them. He one of the ones that been around for a minute. And he take this shit to heart. A lot of people ain't serious with it. He's one of the ones that is serious with this low ride shit. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you gotta have the passion for it.
You got
the love for it, because if not, you get discouraged quick.
Yeah.
Especially when you're dealing with like these painting body guys and all that. And speaking of that, who paints your cars? Tell me you painted yourself, cause that way you can do my car. But go ahead. Who paints your cars?
Well, I had a cat. The cat painted my car out of San Bernardino. He painted this one, but right now we got a cat which is once again Lobo. His son paint cars, so he do a lot of cars for Pasadena too, and he pretty decent. You know what I mean? I probably let it, but these painters are so backed up, so it's like finding a good painter is like finding a needle in a haystack. You know, it's hard, and then they want to keep your car for 15 years. I'm like, what?
Tell them again. Tell them 15 years.
Yeah, 15
years. Tell them, because people don't believe us.
My son said, Dad, I'm gonna learn how to paint myself, because I'm gonna paint my own shit.
And the prices they're
charging.
And
the prices they're charging is 20. Who does that?
Oh yeah, that's actually
20,000 is cheap.
That's cheap.
They tell you 30,000 now without a blink of an eye.
Yeah,
I spent triple that.
Yeah, for what? Shit.
So let me ask you this here. What do you look for quality-wise when you're dealing with a painting body guy? Because like I tell people, I can paint your car. I can paint it.
Mm-hmm.
I can lay a paint.
Okay.
But
I don't believe it, but okay.
No, I can lay some paint. You ain't gotta believe it.
Well, I can throw that bucket of paint on the
No, I'm talking I can lay it. I can lay the paint. But I'm saying, if your body work and if your car, God forbid, need metal work, is not up to par, the paint ain't doing it no justice anyway.
At all.
So, what do you look for quality-wise in a body and paint guy?
Well, you know, it's definitely the body work. See, I had somebody do the body work on this car, and I took it to a painter. The painter, believe it or not, that paint right there cost me $1,700. That's what I got that car painted for.
Yeah.
$1,700.
You like a black Jew like my brother, but go ahead.
No, I'm gonna tell you what.
Ain't nothing wrong with being a little black Jew sometimes. Go ahead.
Hey, listen, bro. I'm gonna tell
Like
you.
JJ, you know, you say you and JJ partner,
JJ
right?
is my partner.
Look in the camera. You say JJ your partner, right?
Could they hear
my
me?
brother
Yeah,
JJ.
That's all they gotta do is hear me, man. I don't have to look at the camera to tell so
I'm
they
just
can
saying,
understand. Listen, JJ is
Sometimes
my
the camera
partner.
don't pick you up.
Me and JJ
Sometimes
partner.
the mic don't
Always
pick you
pick
up.
me up. Always pick
Cause
me
you
up.
kind of
I'm
low,
right
you
here.
kind of subtle.
I ain't subtle.
Okay.
Hey Jay, you my partner, JJ. But anyway,
Okay.
I paid $1,700.
Now I
believe
know
it or
what
not,
y'all
for
got
this
in
paint.
common. Jay probably
But I
paid
paid.
$1,200.
But I paid $5,600 for the body work, right? Now, when I paid the $5,600 for the body work, it was trash, right? Because I took it to the painter, and when the painter, when I took
Inspected
it to
the car.
when he inspected the car, he inspected it at night, right? And he said, he told me, he said, and I told him I wanted black. He said, I'm not painting that car black. I wouldn't do it. I'm like, why? He said, man, do you see how he went put his hand
this is
down?
at night.
This is at night. Listen, this is at night. Now, mind you,
He told you to go park about Ocean.
no, mind you, the guy that did the body work, I'm not finishing paying him until he sign off, right? The painter sign off. So when we get there, he there too. He followed me, you know, and dude said, I'm not painting this car. I'm gonna paint this car black. It's too fucking wavy. I said, huh? We both said, huh? He said, man, look, run your hand down this. He went down a quarter pound. Run your hand down this quarter pound. It was wavy. He said, another spot. Look at this trunk. And he said, you see right here? And it was wavy as fuck, right? So I told him, I said, look, how much is it? And I told him, he said, man, it's gonna cost me such and such to paint this car, right? For him to fix it. So I couldn't pay this dude no more money because it was fucked up. So I ended up paying him, I think I gave him $400 more, but I owed him like, I think like 2,000 or something like that. So I ended up giving him $400.
You lucky got the 400.
Exactly, right? So, dude got my car. That was, like I said, he left it, he said I could fix it. And he told me what he charged me to fix it because the original price was $1,500 to paint the car. He charged me another $250 to do the body work, right? So it was $1,750. So when he pulled up, when he came, he called me the next morning, right? In the daytime. He said, I done fucked up. This whole car gotta be redone. He said, man, every piece on this motherfucker's fucked up. I said, hey, but you already, he said, I'm gonna take care. So he said, luckily, he put a lot of meat on the car. Those that's painted know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So he said, I got a lot to work with, so I can
Bring it down.
Bring it down.
And he straightened it out. You feel me? But he had a lot of work to do, so he ended up redoing the whole car and painting it.
How long that car been painted?
That car been painted since I think 16.
How long
17?
you been repping that car?
Since then.
The car wasn't on the street in 16.
It was on the street in 17. It came out in 17.
So you been repping it since 17?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't really been nowhere in there. Ain't nobody really seen you nowhere in there, right?
No, you see me.
I seen you a couple of times in 10 years.
So you got a thing for 61s? That's your thing.
I love 61.
That's your year?
Yeah. My first car was a 64, but I fell in love with a 61. I was at work and I was finna to buy a Cadillac. I was test driving a Cadillac, and my 61 was sitting on the street with a for sale sign in it. I went and I gave him the Cadillac back to the dealer, went over there, got the number, called them, tell them I need this car. They said, well, they told me it was $1,500. I brought them $1,500, drove that motherfucker home the next day. And ever since then, I had like 6 61s. You know what I mean?
All of them was cut?
No.
All of them was cut?
No, just 2, 3 of them was cut, and the rest of them wasn't.
So what you think about the difference now? Like I just said, $1,500 for that 61. You'll never find nothing like that ever again. And the car probably was complete then, right?
Yeah, it was complete.
So
Running.
let's go through the hydraulic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Look how much hydraulic, the square dumps and all. You got square dumps in that car, you got deltas. I gotta ask, shit. I gotta ask, I mean, because they want to know, shit.
Come on, man.
I mean, I ain't looked in the trunk, so I'm just asking. The reason why I'm asking
You
is
want me to open my truck up or something?
yeah, you can open up in one
Yeah. I got square dumps in mine.
Okay, so do you remember when square dumps cost about $250, $300?
I do.
What you think about how that shit then just
Ridiculous.
Do you think they price gouging or what and everything?
Yes, and why not? That's what they doing. You remember Mizuki's pump heads was what, $60, $80?
No, they wasn't around when I was around.
No, it wasn't
Mazzocchi.
around. Mazzocchi, they wasn't around. You're right, they wasn't around when you came around. But when they came around, they was only like $60, $80. Now them others $300.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How many you got to give me?
I mean what?
How many you got to give me? You was giving dude $300 to lay down on the ground.
Hey, listen.
Fuck, you can't give me a couple of pumps. You think I done listen to that shit?
Listen, look. Now my partner that I want to speak on, cause he was my little homie, right? He used to get in my Cadillac and ride with me. He couldn't hit a switch, but he wanted the low ride. He is now the man with this low riding shit, as far as he's the man to go to if you want your car to hop, you know what I mean? And that shout out to they call him Chipper D, you know what I mean? And
Daryl?
Yeah, Daryl.
Yeah.
That's my little partner. Now I done taught him a lot of shit. Now
That's not the hop doc.
No,
No,
That's
it's
the
not
hop doc. Because the hop doc in Pasadena too, right?
the hop doc.
Don't he call
Yeah,
himself that?
he's in Pasadena.
Yeah,
Nah,
he passed-
nah.
No, I know. Yeah, Daryl.
I don't know who no hop
What
doc.
about
Chip and D,
Pasadena
Chip and D.
Deuce Wagon? You know what that is?
Pasadena Deuce
You
Wagon.
got.
Oh, them is Armenians.
No. He got
A green Deuce.
62 wagon.
Yeah.
Oh, he Armenian?
Yeah. No, he Mexican. He Mexican.
That car hot? I don't know.
It do okay. It do okay.
Okay.
It do okay.
So,
It do okay.
what other years do you like?
I know you don't like 59.
I
Do you
love
think 59 is
59.
overrated?
Nope.
Why not?
59 is that's the best car
So
out
do you-
there.
Do you
bro.
hear? Did you hear that?
That's the best car. That's
Thank
my
you.
dream car.
Thank you.
Your dream car.
Dream car. I dream about that
Hold
car
on one
every night.
second.
Yeah, check my temperature. Check my temperature.
Yeah,
Check
you
my
got a
temperature.
fever,
That
man. Wait a
59 is the
minute.
way.
Wait a minute.
Check my temperature.
You got a fever, young
Nah,
man.
that motherfucker cool as a fan. Cool as a
got a
fan.
fever.
Why
Tell
you
me
don't
why
like
it's
59?
No, I love them. Why do you think? I love all Chevys. We are the king of Chevy. We make no apologies. Reason why I ask, because do you think, even though 61, bad motherfucker being,
61 is the shit.
do you think a 61 should be priced more than a 62?
Yeah,
Tell me why.
because you got to realize
Other
something.
than personal preference.
You got to realize something. 61s was rare. People didn't like 61s.
How many did they make?
They
Ain't no rarer than a 62.
They rare as far as like you said, as people liking them. You know what I mean? People.
I used to give 'em away. I used to give 'em away.
Well, that's your
I
problem.
told you that
That's
earlier.
see, you dropped out of school in
But
elementary.
you know why?
That's your
'Cause
problem.
I took
But
the
listen,
California High School Proficiency, and they thought I was ditching, and I already had my diploma. But go ahead.
yeah, well, you know, I don't know where you got it from, but okay. But anyway, 61s, nobody liked them. Back in the day, you motherfuckers didn't like 61s.
Some people you had a few.
The common car
64.
was a 64. That's what everybody loved in the Chevy in the 60s. That was that's the who overrated. But everybody
They can't be overrated because they don't cost as much as a 61.
Now. That's the lowest car, one of the lowest cars right there, other than the 60.
Not mine, but go ahead.
I was pointing at that one because that's
Oh,
a
no. Mine definitely ain't low.
But
That's
that-
never cost. The color is
But
green.
if,
That
if
would
you
cost
know,
money.
64s is you can't get what you can get for a 62, and then even a 63 is going more than 64 now, that was rare. You didn't have that. 64 was the shit back in the 80s.
Still
Right?
is, but go ahead.
That's your opinion.
But listen.
59s is no.
59s is the top of the food chain.
But
They don't now them 57s was the shit that everybody wanted.
Oh,
right?
I fucking hate 57s.
Yeah, me too. I don't
But
like
he
it.
built. He didn't built more 57
fucking-
than anything.
But
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, but But that 57 was the ideal car.
You know
back
why
then.
57s went down?
I don't.
Because they started remaking everything for
Because they
them.
started remaking it. You can make a whole 57 out of a box. You can't. That's why they don't.
Yeah, but
they
not
don't
my
know.
57, because my shit is, none of mine can be made out of a box. But go ahead.
What's different about you?
Because my shit is authentic. Just like we sitting here talking shit and ain't scripted. My shit is authentic. My shit got all original parts on it.
Y'all see why y'all see me sipping on that, right? But that ain't no motherfucking.
But that wine looks
Hennessy.
good.
That ain't no Hennessy
I would
right
drink
there.
that. I would drink some of that wine too, but it might make me sleepy.
Nah, they gonna tell you.
So are you gonna get you a 59? Is that in the? That's in the?
I have to win a lotto or catch somebody. Said, look, man, I'm gonna donate this car to you, bro, because I know you really want it, but it ain't in my budget, man. It ain't gonna never be in my budget.
They overrated.
No,
that means that they overrated.
That ain't what that means. It means I can't afford it. Shit, I ain't gonna front like I can't afford it.
I can't afford mine either. Don't feel bad.
Boy, look here, boy. When you bring that motherfucker you got out, boy. Now it's really go. Oh, shit. I ain't even gonna say.
It's gonna do the same shit you gonna do. When he pull it out, he can be running around down the 110 freeway to 5, dormant, looking like he driving Miss Daisy, barely hitting the
I
switches.
told him I'm gonna serve him. He's the first person I'm gonna serve. First person.
Look at me. Do you see me shaking?
First person.
A lot.
Do you see me shaking? Do you see me shaking?
That's why you drink
You
it.
gonna serve me some tacos?
Oh yeah, you know what? Let me sit up, man. I got a drink for you.
That's what he gonna serve me with right there.
Look,
serve me some of that,
Serve
man.
you some fucking 40
Serve me
You
some
gonna
of that.
need it.
Oh, we gonna turn this shit up.
Because he'll be sick
Look,
when I
that's what he
serve
gonna
his
serve me.
Yeah, that
That's what
59 is shit, though.
little do y'all know. That's what he do, y'all. Try to keep giving
I'm
me.
gonna serve you this and a whole lot of other
he
shit.
trying to bribe me with
And
tequila,
a
y'all.
whole lot of other
Listen,
shit.
listen. He trying to bribe me with the tequila. It ain't gonna work. Don't hit the switch on me, man. When I come
That's
out,
what he's gonna
don't
blame
hit
it
the
on.
switch.
He's
You
gonna be
know,
like, man, I had a
you
shot.
He trying to bribe me.
I had a shot.
Did you talk him into this shit? Let me take a shot.
Yeah,
You want a shot? I got some more shot glasses somewhere around here.
Nah, just go ahead and knock yourself out.
He really trying to bribe me because this shit is already chill. Oh man. Mm-hmm. But so you like 59s? So reason why I say that about these years of cars, I think it's price gouging and all of this shit for real. It's sad to say. I think it boils down to a personal preference. I love 59s as well. I talk that shit, but growing up buying cars and storing cars and shit, I bought a 58 or 57, any 60 series car from a 61 through a fucking 68. You know what I mean? 69. The prices was always similar growing up. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Always, it was never like.
It was never one more than the other.
59.
Yeah.
I want $1,500 for that one.
But I will say this. Because you was gone. 59's always been cost more than any other Chevy except for a 57, I think. 59's was always.
No. 58's had from me paying attention to history. Every car had they like little era of money.
Right.
7s was crazy for a minute.
Yeah.
I don't remember the 6s being crazy like that.
No.
The H was crazy.
H was crazy, but that 59 was
The longest running, yeah.
The
They
9
had the
has
longest-
had the longest run.
And it's got the most.
And
That I know for sure.
And 61s was up there
Yeah,
too.
61's up there with
61's up
59.
there, yeah. They was up there.
But that's within the 61's within the last 7-8 years.
No.
61's been up there.
61's been up there
Yeah,
for a
61's been
while,
up there.
bro. Like you said, you've been going since what, 82? I don't know what you said. You said, I don't know. Because that motherfucker, I tried, he
No, I missed all the 90s, man.
Yeah, he missed all
And
the
the
90s.
new millennials,
Okay, well,
man.
shit, I don't know.
I
92.
missed all the
Oh, I'm
90s.
sorry, 92, not
Yeah.
82, 92.
Yeah,
But anyway,
just-
and I'm trying, yeah, you probably 90 years old or something. I don't know. But anyway,
I'm Benjamin Button. Benjamin
all
Button
coming up in the 90s or whatever, they was up there. 61.
So what you call up there in the 90s?
More than what you
What you
get a
think
foe
you-
for, what you get a deuce for, Trays went down too. Trays was down.
Trays the shit for real.
Now, yeah.
But Trays
now,
was the shit
yeah.
then.
Yeah, but a lot of people did.
Personally-
It was. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people did like Trays. They did like Trays was the shit. But it was Trays and 4s. Them was the two motherfuckers.
Like together, huh?
Together, Trays and 4s.
Just like it's a 1 and a deuce.
No, I'm saying the preference that people was having.
Okay, so
they don't. It's not. It's like, well, they have cars that go together like the 63 or 64, 61, 62. 60, 59,
66,
65, 66, like
67,
that, 68,
69, 70.
Right, they go together.
General Motors did that shit.
Right, they did that. They gave every 2 years. But I'm saying that the popularity was 63, 64s at one time. So you couldn't, the 61, nobody, you never really.
Like you couldn't really give a 61 away at that time?
You really couldn't. I gave him one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But honestly, 61s always was like, cute as a motherfucker, but
the motherfuckers didn't like 61s. I remember when I was younger, I seen a rag 61 on the corner, around the corner from my house. Dude wanted $300 for that, and he couldn't sell it. A rag 61.
You didn't buy that motherfucker?
I was trying. I went to
called
jail.
me.
I went to jail right after. This was like.
I was buying a lot of shit.
You would probably still have that car to this day. Huh?
I would still have that car to this day.
He probably wouldn't.
I would still have that car.
Probably turn into a hot rod.
Shit, I would still have that car today.
So have you ever thought about what you think about the cars that these type of cars that they turn into dunks and hot rods? Do you like hot rods?
I mean I like fast shit. Period. But I won't turn my car into a hot rod. But I put a fast motor in.
Have you ever had a hot rod?
Yeah, I had a fast car. Like I said,
you just like fast cars.
I like fast shit. So I put a hell of a motor in one of these and run it with some 13s on it.
Well, why you got 13s on there now? Reason why I say that because Punchy said
drunk, huh? This nigga drunk or something.
No, I'm gonna recite what Punchy said.
Fuck Punchy.
I recite what he said because he said Huntdown had 14s on that car. Then
I did.
He said the reason why you had 14s on that car, Punchy, is that you had a bunch of weight or some shit like that.
Hey, listen.
Is that why you have 14s on it? Because
Listen,
you letting me know you didn't have no weight.
I can't hit no. When I first, here's the thing, what y'all don't really understand.
Help us understand.
When I first came out, I wasn't good at this on the switches. You feel me? When I had my Cadillac, I didn't know how to hit the switch at all. I used to have my little partner that cut my Cadillac in his backyard. He was 14 when he cut my car, but he knew how to hit the switch. I didn't. He used to ride in my back seat, lay down, and hit the switch for me as I'm coming down the street.
Oh yeah, me and my homie you did.
Yeah, I didn't know how to hit the switch, right? But so when I brought my 61 out, I wasn't that good on the switch. So I like you said, I don't want to bottom out. That's why you asked me, have you ever? Yeah, I used to bottom out because that motherfucker, the 13 was hitting the ground, right? So I started off with 14s on my car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I started off with 14s on my car.
Oh.
And it used to bounce like a motherfucker with the 14s on there. But then I changed them with the 13s when I learned how to hit the switch, and I've been famous ever since on hitting the switch. You know what I mean? But I didn't, and I ain't been hitting the switch as long as a lot of people been hitting the switch. You feel me?
But you mastered it.
But I mastered it.
You mastered it.
I mastered it quick.
That's all that matters.
So, and then, like I said, a lot of people, you know, it was people that I was watching before I was doing my thing.
Who did you look up to when you were coming up?
Me? Go ahead.
As far as
like low riding, like
he watched my footage. Just some footage of me from there.
I never seen your footage, but anyway, it was cats out there that I see. A lot of people that I seen that, you know, these people that you guys wouldn't know, you know what I mean? But they from Pasadena.
Why we wouldn't know?
Because they wasn't out there like that.
I should hang in the Manors and.
Then if you ain't, then you know the Wayne Rices and stuff like that. If you know Wayne Rice, he used to hit a switch and take off. And I used to watch him, you know what I mean? And they used to get out. You feel me? And that's who I see hitting the switch, and I was like, okay, they pretty decent. I want to do that. It was fun. And they used to do from nothing, and the car used to stand up. I'm like, oh wow, you feel me? So, and I look at stuff like that, and I say, okay, I want to do that. But they was doing it way before me, you know what I mean? And they was doing their thing. But it's like I didn't go out of to LA and see a lot of people. But when I went to LA, I was already doing my thing. So it wasn't really a lot of people, you know. But I seen a couple of cats that used to take off, like Bobby Jr. had that 59.
Oh, so he really did exist.
Goddamn right. Goddamn right. And that motherfucker, you stand that motherfucker up, man. And when I say That's one of the ones make me love 59. Cause that 59, and then my boy Stace had a black 59 that he sold to my boy Ace and Lump them. But I used to jump that 59, and the 59s used to.
Because Lump had the black with the patterns.
He got it from Stace. That's the one he bought from Stace. We used to hop that car, and that car used to take off.
It was a double or single?
It was double.
So you never really been a single pump man?
Yeah, my Cadillac was a single pump, right? My first.
No, I'm talking about Chevy.
My Chevy, but when I first.
So basically, if you took one of your pumps out there, I whoop your ass all day, every day.
No, listen,
right?
check this out.
Go ahead.
My two-door Brougham, I had two switches. I had a single pump switch and a double pump switch in there. I can hit the single pump.
So that's why he say you a cheater.
Well, he
cheater.
Call
That's what Punchy called me. He's a cheater. That's what that Punchy say he's a cheater.
But
that's
listen,
what
you call me.
do.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But
That's
listen,
cheating shit.
that's okay. But I'm baiting motherfuckers in, right? I'm baiting them in.
Kind of like how when I roll with them, I pull out on 60 volts. Then I give you 120 when you want to block.
Yeah.
But that ain't cheating.
That's cheating.
Because I already know
What's
you
the
got.
difference? What the fuck is the
You already
difference?
know I got 14
What's
batteries.
the difference, man?
Because you know I got 14 batteries in my fucking trunk.
I have 14 batteries in mine.
But I'm saying, they didn't know you had another pump. Duh. Yeah.
So what you saying? You had 2 pumps to the face too, right?
No, one.
1 pump.
I'm a single pump guy.
You can't do nothing with me. Don't even come in my area. Don't do
I
it.
spank single pumps all day long.
And
You mean double
I mean double pumps all day long.
You
And
spank
single.
'em?
Spank them.
You ain't ran across
And
the
let me
right
tell you
mother.
something. Let me tell you something.
He don't know about me.
And
You
let
better
me tell
ask
you
somebody about me.
I heard
partner.
about
Google you.
You
I heard
heard.
about
I
you.
know you
I
heard.
even
about
Googled
I
you.
know. There you go.
I Googled you.
Google me, partner.
I even
He's like,
Googled
that's a bad motherfucker right there. Yeah.
I said I gotta get
Leave
that
him
guy down
alone.
there.
Leave him
I Googled
alone.
him.
Yeah.
I gotta
Leave
get
him
down
alone.
here and look
Leave
him in
him
his eye.
alone. Yeah.
I gotta get him down here and look him in his eye.
Well,
and
act
find
like
out.
you know, man. Act like you know.
I really don't
You
know.
come at me with a single
wasn't
pump.
impressed, but I like your style.
You come in my area with a single pump?
I'm coming to your area every day. I'm in your area right now.
No, you're not.
Look at that. Look over your shoulder.
Turn that motherfucker around. Turn that motherfucker. I'm not hopping no ass. Turn it around. Shit,
Well, my ass is hotter than some dude's front end.
Well, not that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Not that one.
You know.
But if you want me to jump on your ass, I'll jump on your ass.
You know what I'm saying?
You
Yeah,
know, that
I don't like
motherfucker-
that.
Yeah, I ain't
She
care.
might like that. You
Yeah,
know what I
okay.
mean? You
Yeah,
know
that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the car. I ain't talking about
what
jumping.
I mean? She might like it.
But if you turn that motherfucker around, hey, listen, you gonna smell my shit. You gonna smell my shit. I'm telling you.
What are you thinking about the youngsters that are coming up and coming that are low riding?
Well, like I said, it's getting back to me. I think it's getting back to how we doing it because we demanding to go back to this shit. No, don't get me wrong. I don't understand how they hop in these. I still don't get how they determine who's the winner with the circus cars or whatever that they doing. But that's their game.
Yeah,
that's
it's all
they
part
do.
of the sport.
Yeah, that's
It's just
their
part of the
game, and I don't knock it. It looks good, but I'm not hopping against nothing like that. But you got people coming out like even Punchy, all of us. We starting to come back to this. You know what I mean? To how.
So do you respect the person, say like Tweet 64 that does 24 inches? Like Punchy said, do you respect that more? Like a clean car that does that?
Yeah, I respect it. I
my
respect somebody.
Punchy is a comedian,
I
y'all.
respect somebody that build a car. Cause see, at first we get sidetracked, and we think if we put all this money in these cars, we ain't supposed to hop them.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with y'all with that shit, but go ahead. Just
We
a
don't-
car.
It's just a car. And once you get that, because even
You only live once.
Punchy said is, he was like, we ain't. I'm not hopping. I ain't trying to fuck my car. I ain't trying to tear my car. Don't bring that motherfucker out.
Do you think you part of the reason he retired?
I am the. You didn't hear. You guys can't rewind this tape when I said I'm the one made him retire. He told me to his face that I'm gonna retire. I said, because you was coming against me because he came on this motherfucking show, and he said something about
He
me.
building the folk.
He said something about me. So he got to retire because if he got to face me, I'm looking for that. I was.
So if you see him as soon as you see him in a 4, you pulling up.
a Volkswagen.
Or whatever.
What the fuck ever. I tried to get him in his truck because he heard him jumped out his truck. I was going to get him. I don't give a fuck what you mean.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to get you. for the little bullshit you said on this little podcast. I'm fucking you up, Punchy. I'm fucking you up. It's gonna be a show when I see your motherfucker.
And then you gonna take your son with you?
My son gonna catch my back if I let's say, cause Tweet said something. If you bottom out, if I miss a lick, my son gonna pick up the motherfucker pieces.
Before we wind, I'm gonna ask you a question.
You can ask me a lot of questions.
I'm gonna ask you a whole lot of questions.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna bring you back too, cause we're gonna have a bigger forum as well. Let me ask you something. So, have you ever, any of your cars, especially that one too, cause it's current, have you ever jumped them and put them on the tape just to know what they do?
No.
None of your cars.
Nope.
So you just assume that you doing 60 inches when you probably doing.
I never said I did.
No.
I
I'm throwing numbers out
but
there.
any car, I hopped a car that I done built and seen what the inches do on it. You
And
feel
what
me?
was the height you seen the
back then I think it was 46 inches.
So what you think that car do, about 42?
No, that do more than it probably do like 46 or 44.
Oh, you gonna get your ass whooped. Go back to the drawing board. With that said, we're gonna wind it.
So what you saying? What you saying?
64.
64?
64 inches.
That's for the year of the car.
No,
You ain't doing
64 inches.
You ain't doing no 60 nothing.
64 inches. And with that said, we happy that we had my homeboy.
You're lying.
Huntdown.
You're lying.
Come in,
You
know
lying.
what I'm saying?
64.
You got,
what kind of, before you get off don't, hold on.
Okay.
Hold
He didn't
on,
want me
y'all.
to fire on him and get off. I'm
Goddamn right. Because what ruler did this motherfucker have, right? He
got
had
a
the
nice
ruler
ruler.
that starts way down there in the ditch.
I do 64 inches.
Man, you don't do no 60 nothing.
64 inches.
You don't do no 60 nothing. What you do, put Hot Wheel tires on the front?
When you ready.
You put Hot Wheel tires on the front. Man, that's this talking, right? This here talking, man. That motherfucker, you see how glossy his eyes is, man. That motherfucker ain't did no 60 nothing, man.
Man, we
I don't
love
know,
you, man.
yeah, for sure, man. It's all a pleasure, man. All a pleasure.
You got
man.
Instagram.
Yeah.
And shout out with your Instagram, your family.
Shout
anybody.
anybody out.
Go on, shout out who
I
you
just,
want to shout
man,
out.
I just shout out my family, man. That's what I live for, man. I live for my family, bro. You know what I mean?
You got Instagram, anything they want to check out at Huntdown, 22 inches, 61, anything
I don't even
like
know
that?
what my Instagram is. They'll find me.
We'll
We'll
put
figure
it
it
out.
out.
We'll put it
We'll
underneath.
figure it out.
Yeah, we'll put it
They'll
underneath.
find- they'll
If you
find
like us, subscribe, hit us up. The King of Chevy present, kingofchevys.la. One love, thank you for watching. Hey, another smash hit on the way. One love, homie.
On top of the world, sitting on a throne, king of Chevys in my lap is a two-door Brougham. Hey.